We're back.
Eee!
Welcome back to episode 2 of
The Couch Diary. Which, let's be so honest. You guys, everyone who's ever come to my house said this is the best couch I've ever had.
This couch is literally what inspired the podcast.
It literally is what inspired the podcast. Gabby came over. We made pizzas on Valentine's Day. We did
That
a
was so
cute,
cute.
or it wasn't Valentine's Day, Galentine's. And we made pizzas, and we just sat here and yapped.
For hours.
And then we were just like, we should just put a camera and record.
Because the people want to hear this.
The people want to know what we're saying. Oh, you guys, I got yelled at for moving, so I'm trying to not move. But it's in my nature. It's in my nature.
So thank you for coming back. We hope you enjoyed episode 1. We have put our heart and soul into this project.
No, literally.
We're
the
glad.
The group chat is crazy, though.
Yeah.
Putting our heart and soul has been fun.
It's been a blast. So we're glad you're back. Thank you for joining us. In the first episode, you learned a little bit about
our dating
lives and where we were a year ago. And today we want to switch it up because if you don't know us, we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah, we hooked you with the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
And now we will take a second to let you know,
who we are
a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I won't even say, if you've been following me for a while on TikTok, you might be able to put pieces together. But
yeah,
I don't, explain my whole, life. People don't, know that necessarily.
No, unless we've gone to school together. People on the internet don't know
You
anything.
might think you know me.
Okay.
But you don't.
You
know what I want you to know.
Period. One thing about Sophia and I, we are multifaceted women.
So multifaceted.
There's so many layers to us.
Past lives.
Oh my God. Passions. Yeah. We have lived quite the life. And we want to tell you guys a little bit about us and everything we've been through.
And if you got questions,
let us know.
Drop them because some of it is whoa.
If you want to learn more about what we touch on, we are more than happy to share that.
I'm such an open book.
Yeah.
The book is so open.
I'm an open book in person, but on the internet, I'm so
Gaby's not as much.
I'm not
our
an
content
overshare.
is definitely different. And some of it's similar, but some of it's definitely different.
I honestly think this developed when I was younger, in 8th grade, freshman in high school. I wanted to come across mysterious on the internet.
Stop.
So I was like, I'm less dead. I post about my personal life, the less people will know about me.
I'm literally the opposite. I'm that meme where it's I want to be mysterious so bad, but I can't shut the fuck up.
Mind you, I want to be a content creator, aka post my entire life on the internet, but I still don't want you to know anything about me.
But I will say, I feel like I post a lot. But it's snippets. Unless you know how all the dots connect. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You think you know me. You do know parts, but
you know what we want you to know.
Exactly. Because obviously I'll talk about some stuff, but a bunch of context is missing. So you'll hear a part of it, but not the whole story.
Yeah. So let's give you guys some background on where we came from.
On August 22nd, 1993, a star was born.
I'm joking. Star.
It was me.
She's a Leo. I'm a Capricorn, and I feel like we just flow really well together. Also, my not my rising. Yeah, my rising sign is Leo.
Rising and sun, when they're the same, connect. So that makes so much sense.
Well, my sun sign is Capricorn. Oh wait,
no, I'm saying my sun is Leo and your rising. That's why ours connect. Yeah. My rising is Cancer.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. I'm moody.
That's okay.
I'm all my big 3 is Scorpio, Leo. My moon is in Scorpio, so yes, I'm depressed.
My moon is in Gemini.
Ooh, evil. But I love that.
I'd like to say we're adaptable. Not two-faced.
Two-faced. What is that? What is that TikTok audio? It's gonna bother me. Whatever. Anyways, but it's something about being two-faced. It's funny.
So
you little tattletale rat or whatever. That's what it made me think of. Okay, I'm definitely that person. I thought about a funny thing to put in my bio would be I talk in TikTok audio, but some people might genuinely hate that.
That's so funny.
Some people might be scared.
Sophia is a Gen Z trapped in a millennial's body.
I swear, you guys. I was invited to be on this panel for yeah. I accepted
a
it.
panel.
I accepted it.
You
A
heard
culture collective. So we're basically giving our opinions to this like big alcohol company on like different like stuff.
Okay.
Hit me up. Hit us up if you want to sponsor a potty waddy. We know you do. So so I was on it, right? First one. They're like trying to get the younger voice. They're talking about Gen Z. We're going around introducing ourselves. And at this point, like I've done a W-2, like I'm on payroll. So I'm like, I think I'm locked in, but I'm starting to get nervous because this is clearly giving like, we want the voice of Gen Z.
Oh.
Yeah. And so we're going around. When it's my turn, I literally was like, I'm sorry, like I'm a fraud. I don't know if I should be here. Like I am not a Gen Z. And you could tell the people who put it together, because it was like this big alcohol company, and then the like marketing team or whatever agency that like found all of us. One of the people who worked there, you could tell, was like, no, you're technically like a cusp. She was like, no, like you're like, there's this like middle ground, so I guess I'm in that, which was like saved me. But I'm like definitely a millennial.
I think so. I'm on the end. I think the last year of millennial.
Because I'm like 2 or 3 years older than you.
I was thinking about that 30. Today. You're like 2.5 because you're born late summer. I was born winter.
So that makes like a difference. I was always the youngest person. I was the last person to turn 21. It was so embarrassing.
I always hated my birthday.
I got arrested for drinking twice.
Whoa. Rewind.
I know.
Okay. Is in the suburbs.
Wheeling. Ew.
Not in Wheeling.
Wheeling. I was dating a guy. Two guys. I dated 2 guys in Wheeling.
One of my situationships.
Actually, I was kind of foul. So my first little Wheeling boyfriend, he came to my prom and I went to his prom when I was like a junior. At his prom, I was like, who the fuck is that? He came to me. That dude came to my senior prom with me. If I see something, that is so savage. I lock in. Like,
I think it's your eyes.
Siren eyes?
No, literally.
Literally, I swear. I was with my little boyfriend and I was like, who the hell is this fine ass man at Wheeling? Then he was a senior when I was a junior. Like, okay. So he went to college. He was at DePaul. Still bagged him. Except actually, I was just showing my friend these pictures last night because we were talking. He was a beta. Oh, I know. Ooh. And he had just crossed over at like the end of the, like when prom is. So he was allowed to like make the faces and throw the little sign up after he like crossed. Wait. Tell me why he ruined every single one of my freaking senior prom pictures by making that ugly ass like frat face.
Wait, like in a black fraternity?
No, the Sigma Lambda Beta. Okay. Latino. Oh. Yeah, that beta. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like the toxic fuckboys. Every single senior prom picture I have, he's making that ugly. When they're like, whatever they do. Frats are like, should be studied.
So actually that leads us to a really good topic of conversation.
Like
Greek life.
Growing up. Well, so you grew up in the sorry, Greek life.
Let's rewind 10 years.
No, I mean like Gaby grew up in the city.
I'm a city girl.
City high school.
Yeah.
Lane?
CPS, Lane Tech.
Lane Tech. Yeah. Lane girl. I grew up in the suburbs. I never said I was from Chicago. Don't come for me. People yell at me in my TikTok comments. Girl.
But now she's a homeowner in the city. So.
I know, but also I'm proud of my roots. P-Town crazy, never lazy. Palatine, the big OP. All of it. Okay. The big OP. Okay. PHS graduate. Period. That's Captain amazing. Of the Palms team. Put some respect on my name. Oh, Gaby and I both danced. We were dancers.
Captain of the Palms is crazy though.
Captain of the Palms was crazy. Also, this gives you guys like a backtrack. If you're like, has Sophia always been like this? Yes. So it was my junior year and our big like palm dance for state was Alice in Wonderland theme. There was 3 solos. The bunny, is he a bunny? Mm-hmm. Right? Alice and Queen of Hearts. So they announced the 2 ones and they were like, Queen of Hearts, she's like evil and crazy, the Queen of Hearts. They were like, big drum roll. When they announced solos, it was like a big deal. They were like, okay, like there's only one person for this role, Sophia. I was the Queen of Hearts.
Hello.
And it was so fun. When I was like, foot their heads. Like it was so yeah, that's just like a story that describes me. That was high school. High school, what was high school Gaby like?
Oh my God.
Besides dating a guy who everyone accused of.
Many people thought he was gay. And that's okay with me because
It's
you
okay
know,
with her.
he really took care of his looks, and
I hate, can straight men
okay
get
with
it
that.
together? Why is it that when you see a well-groomed man, you're like,
gay.
he must be gay? Because straight men walk around smelling like armpit. Not all of them.
I would rather know that my man has swag than
Literally.
dresses like Adam Sandler.
I do love Adam Sandler fits.
Oh, well.
You guys, I have such a weird type. I love
Sophia loves many types.
so many types. I genuinely do not have just like one. Like I really like when people are like, "Oh, what's your type?" Like I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I love me. Like my favorite is like grungy, where it's like you kind of look like you maybe haven't showered in a couple of days. Like I'll rock with that. Like the old school. Okay, I grew up like Simple Plan was my first concert. Like I'm a pop punk princess at heart. I know I might not look that way, but like I am. So that like one of my first ever little boyfriends had like this thing pierced. I know. It was so sexy, you guys. And his eyebrow. I was like, eyebrow and this.
Sophia.
I loved it. He worked at McDonald's.
Okay, slay.
I was the vegetarian back then, so I couldn't eat the chicken nuggets still. I've been vegetarian for 13 or 14 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was been since high school.
Good for. Okay, so what made you want to become vegetarian in high school?
My aunt and uncle, shout out my aunt and uncle. They're definitely not watching this because they're like just really bougie and travel around, live their life. They're child free.
Oh,
I know. They watched me a lot growing up because my parents were like young and like working a lot.
Yeah.
And so that's my mom's younger sister, and they would watch me a lot, and they were vegetarian.
Nice.
And they're just like, they were like cool before it was like cool to be like that.
Yeah.
Like they're all about green, like save the earth, like
I love that.
traveling, like no kid. Like I said, like they're just smart tech people.
Wow.
And yeah, they were vegetarians, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it. And I came home like, I'm not eating meat. And my mom like called her sister and was like, what the hell did you do to her? And my dad, like Mexican AF, is like, what's that?
Yeah.
Like he would literally like, it took a long time for him to understand. Like he'd like offer me chicken. I'm like, that's chicken. And he's like, what, Mia? Like it's like, I'm like, no, like it's like chicken, cow, all of it, pig. It's not just pig. Like I don't eat meat in general.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if he knew like chicken is meat.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's one thing about me. Yeah.
She's a vegetarian. In high school, I feel like I was really shy the first 2 years, and then I kind of found my footing, my group.
Lane's a big school.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
like hard to find your like footing there. I feel like because how many people are in the graduating class?
Girl, there were like 1,300.
Yeah, mine was 600.
My entire college was like 2,100.
That's crazy. See, I went to like, I mean, Mizzou's big. I don't even know how big Mizzou is.
Like
I did my undergrad at Mizzou. Yeah, it's crazy. A small college would be, I don't think I'd like that.
Hell.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone like knows each other.
Everyone, even if you don't want to know each other, you know each other. And I also got this scholarship, and all of the scholarship kids were really close, and we all knew each other's business.
Okay, she's got brains and beauty.
Okay.
She said I was a scholarship. I was in the scholarship girl.
No, I feel like that's how
we didn't pay for college.
We're both debt free.
That's crazy. In this economy,
no, that is crazy. But yeah,
we didn't say we're credit card debt free though.
we just said college.
Exposing. Normalize it. Just
yeah.
kidding, we shouldn't normalize
So
that.
in high school, I was really shy, and then I found my group with like all of the salsa dancers. That was like my home.
Gaby's a professional dancer.
Used to be. I'm washed up now.
Never. Don't say that.
No,
she's
girl.
dusty. She just gotta get off the shelf.
Yeah. So maybe one day we'll make
dirty wine. Gabby and I saw Sean Paul. Sorry.
And then in college, it was really hard for me to like find my group of people besides the people that got the same scholarship as me, because like Sophia said, we both went to predominantly white schools. My school was in the middle of the Indiana cornfields.
Yeah. Going to a PWI is like
really hard.
Especially coming from I don't know, like some people know Palatine's super diverse. Like it is because it's in Cook County. So I mean, it's not like in the boonies. and obviously Lane is. So then to go to a PWI,
Yeah.
girl, tell me about my first day of rush. First day. So did you rush like right away? Yes.
No, we rushed second semester.
So I rushed, like I went to school early, like freshman year, like, school starts in August. I was there like first week of August to rush. Like it was such a big deal.
Before classes
it's
even
like
start?
the Bama rush. That's how Mizzou's is. Like outfits.
Whoa.
Thank God we didn't have TikTok back then, because I feel like it's just made things like so much more, like the theme days, whatever. Oh, so much more expensive. Like this is my outfit for this, whatever. Like thank God ours was not like that. Seriously. But so I rushed, right? First day of rushing, this girl's staring at me. I'm like, hello. She's like, what are you? Oh, which, like, okay, we both get that. We're like ambiguous. Like we look like, we're not just white, but you're like, what are you guys? So she's like, what are you? And I was like, I'm like Mexican, Italian, and Irish. My mom is Italian and Irish. My dad is Mexican. I literally kid you not. So are you like illegal? What? First of all, you meet someone Mexican and your first question is, are they illegal? But like I literally met people at Mizzou who said the first time that they've seen like black people in real life is like at college, because they came from like small boony town with like no stops, no, what is that?
Lights? No
street lights, like boonies, like sundown towns. That's basically what they're from.
Oh my God.
Like, did you have people like that at Indiana?
Absolutely. And when I was in college, that was also when Trump was elected president. We had this white fraternity house in the middle of campus. They had all of their American flags up the next day and were blasting God Bless America on loudspeakers in the middle of campus.
It's like scary.
Girl, I saw one of my black friends and he had gotten the same scholarship as me, so I'd known him since high school. I saw him and just broke down sobbing because like the white people were celebrating, and I knew like what Trump's presidency would mean for
a lot of other people. No, that's crazy, because I was in grad school when Trump was elected, but when I was in undergrad is when Obama got like reelected, and they were all pissed, like sad. God. Someone had an Obama like pinata or like blow up doll. It probably wasn't a pinata. It was like a blow up doll or something, and they were like hitting it, like
oh my God. It. My school, because we were in the middle of freaking nowhere, we had like this huge nature park. One student went to the nature park and looked out and saw in big boulder, like someone had arranged these huge rocks to spell out the N-word.
At Mizzou, someone put in feces,
oh my God,
human feces, a swastika outside the Black Student Union. Like, what? I just think it was crazy. And this is not to say, like, obviously I'm super grateful I have my education, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the message I I also will say that when Trump got elected and everyone in Chicago was like, how? I'm like, oh, I know how. Like, most of America is like this. So I feel like we grew up in this, like, Chicago, like, any, like, big major city is, like, a bubble. Because the rest of Southern Illinois is like that and stuff. Yeah. So I feel like it helps me understand how a lot of the world does think. Even like right now, current events happening, I'm like, oh, I get why people think that way, because like I met a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And also working in a university, I don't work with high schoolers anymore, but like before in my old job, we would work with high schoolers sometimes, like under like non-magnet schools, basically, because the ones who like don't have as much resources or like selective enrollment stuff, we would go and provide like just like counseling, like guidance. And I always say that to them. I'm like, I know you hear this big school, but like think about like the demographic of that city. Yeah. Like, do you value diversity? Like, do you like that when you look around your classroom, you see all other people that look like you? Or do you want to go somewhere where you will be the only one looking like that? Like, it's helped me be able to like help guide the youth.
And that's awesome that you made them think in that way.
Oh, because they like literally hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
Like one girl, I remember, this was like years ago. She was like super Puerto Rican. Shout out Puerto Ricans. When I was younger, I wanted to be Puerto Rican so bad. I was like, they're more fun. Mexicans are boring. But now I love being Mexican. But I was like, yeah, do you want to go somewhere where like no one else is Puerto Rican and you like
Literally.
love, you know, being Puerto Rican and blah, blah, blah. Like, do you want to go somewhere where there's no other Puerto Ricans? She was like, no. I was like, exactly. So maybe not this school.
I feel like because of the experiences we had in college, we both know like what doesn't kill you literally makes you stronger.
Makes you so much, and makes you like more resourceful. Because also at the same time,
Absolutely,
we know how to
yeah.
network. Like we can be in rooms with people like that. Like we understand like in professional settings, like a lot of the people we work with like come from backgrounds like that, and we know how to handle it.
Also, I feel like another thing that we learned from going away to college is to how to communicate with our friends.
Oh yeah.
I feel like people that stayed at home for college, they continue to surround themselves with the same people from high school.
Yes.
Whereas we went away to school, we were away from all of our friends. Like if some drama happened with our friends in college, like you had no choice but to talk to them about it. You couldn't just avoid the problem.
Yeah.
And so that I feel like going away to college really helped me learn like how to be a good friend, how to communicate with friends. Like you can't just avoid people if they're friend. I guess that also could be because I went to such a small school. Like I literally could not avoid people.
Yeah, well, I feel like Mizzou was big, but we were both in sororities.
Yeah.
And being in a sorority, I feel like forced me to learn how to work with women better, friendships. And that looked different for like, my sorority was super big. Like in living in house our sophomore year, like there were so many of us.
Yeah.
Also, by far, that was the year like I lost like half my clothes. Like bitches stole everything. Like,
oh my God.
I moved out of the house and I was like, where's all my clothes? But I will say I also had people's clothes. I was like, this is not mine. Like we all just like swapped. It was crazy. Also, craziest story ever. So it was like I don't know, 60, 70, 80, somewhere around there of us living in house. One girl got pink eye. When I tell you that shit spread like wildfire,
Sophia,
everyone had pink eye. Everyone had pink eye because we shared bathrooms and stuff. It was foul.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had my stuff stolen. I had ordered like $90 worth of stuff from Ulta, and one of the girls in my house took that package, and I kept posting.
Someone in your house?
Yes, and they were all mad because I was speaking up on like social justice issues. Like, yeah.
Ooh.
So I was very vocal in college. I was definitely an activist, and a lot of my sisters didn't like that.
Oh, my sisters. I feel funny saying
they
that.
Stole my package. And that is a federal crime, stealing mail.
It is.
If you didn't know.
Someone else's mail.
So I purposely waited until chapter when I knew everyone was in the basement in a meeting, and I went room to room. I narrowed it down to a few rooms of girls I knew didn't like me.
Chapter?
I found my box. I don't think they even opened it. They just wanted to take my stuff.
That's some hater.
Jealousy
shit. Is bro. Jealousy is probably like.
So learning to live with girls that you know don't like you and actively are trying to make your life miserable, that gives you
a strength.
A strength that not a lot of people can understand.
Can I tell you a funny story though?
Please.
I haven't told you this. So I have always been in a silly, goofy mood, right?
Always.
And so there was this other sorority that we did not get along with. Like, in general, you know,
Rivals.
They don't necessarily get along, but like this one, we were like enemies.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't know like why, but for some reason we were. So, you know, like different parties happen. There was a baseball party happening.
Oh.
And it was us and this other sorority that was there, only it was like off campus. But basically it was just like the girls that were at the party were my sorority and this other one sorority. And they had this stuffed animal monkey that had a t-shirt of like their letters on it that they would bring everywhere. It was like their mascot of their sorority. Like they would bring it everywhere. They'd post about it.
Oh my God.
Girl, I stole it. So it was crazy. So I know. So my friend to this day, love her, Tori. She's in St. Louis, like besties. I was in her wedding. Was coming to pick me up because it's like no Ubers. There's no Ubers, you know. She's coming to pick me up, and I'm like, I see this monkey. They like left it unattended. I'm gonna grab it. And when I knew she was outside, so I go back to the sorority house. I go to sleep. I wake up. Everyone coming in my room. Sophia, did you take the monkey? Sophia, where's the monkey? That shit went crazy. Everyone's trying to tell me what to do with the monkey. I'm like, everyone get out of my room. Everyone get out of my room. Close the door. Let me think about what I'm going to do.
I need to think.
So I made a TikTok called @lost blank, the sorority name monkey. Lost blank monkey. I put tights on my head, and I took pictures holding the monkey, like, and I started tweeting, help me, like, help me, they have me. When I tell you I took of it, like, looking like it was dipping in the toilet, a picture of it looking like it was getting ran over, and I started tweeting all these things. When I tell you, it almost made Greektown explode. That other sorority started tweeting back that they were going to burn our house down, and then it got to, like, the PHA or whatever, like, the president people, and I got in so much trouble. Not, like, seriously, but I did have to stand in front of chapter and apologize because I almost started, like, a war between this, and they were threatening to burn our house, and our house mom was, like, not having it, but, like, I did that.
You were a menace.
I had to apologize at chapter. I'm sorry.
That is
and
so
I was like,
funny.
I am not walking over to their house and giving them the monkey. If they want to come get it, they can. But
they can
I
pick
am
it
not.
up.
And it pissed a lot of girls in my house were like mad at me for doing that. Boring.
BFFR.
But a lot of people loved it. But a lot of people did hate it. But
that,
like, bring some life. Bring some oomph to this.
Meanwhile, I was all serious. I was like, I'm joining this White House to spread knowledge, spread awareness.
I love that for you.
It crashed and burned quickly because then I deactivated.
I think definitely my senior year I was not active.
Do you want to know why I stayed in my sorority for longer?
All 4 years you did?
No. I stayed in it for just 2 years. I stayed because I knew I was studying abroad, so I was like, I'm getting away from these bitches.
Period.
But I knew that every girl that studied abroad, they sent a care package too, and I was like,
you're like, I'm getting the care package.
I need my Takis in Spain because I was addicted to Takis at the time. I packed,
as if your mom couldn't send you Takis.
She did end up bringing me a big old bag. But I was like, I'm gonna stay in this house for one whole semester just to get this package, only for the package to never arrive. I think it got stuck in customs.
No, you stayed and paid your dues for your care package that customs took.
My dues.
That's crazy.
Then I deactivated. I was like, no package, I'm done.
Well, undergrad was a time.
It was a time. I also am really good at repressing memories. Shout out to trauma. So I have a really bad memory and don't remember a lot.
Oh, really?
I don't remember a lot of
I don't remember
anything.
A lot of guys that I dated. I remember some. But I remember, like, girl stuff and, like, friends and, like, where I lived and stuff for the most part. But then, so when I graduated, then I went to grad school.
Where'd you go to grad school?
Loyola.
Oh, okay.
In the city. After 5 years at Mizzou.
You needed a city.
I was like, I have not been to Mizzou since then. Since I graduated. I haven't been back. Probably never. Maybe I would go for homecoming, like, with my friends if we did a friendship thing.
And that's like a huge state school, so homecoming is so fun.
You guys, I will say, I know I just talked some mad shit about Mizzou. I will give credit where it's due. They put me onto tailgating. That was some of the most fun I've ever had. Fun. Tailgating is so fun. We joined the SEC, so when we would play, like, Texas and Alabama, it was so, I have a respect for not necessarily football, but tailgating. I have a respect and love for tailgating.
For the vibes.
Yeah, but then I knew, I was like, oh, I have to come back home, have to, like, never leaving Chicago again.
Never.
Went to Loyola, got my master's.
And now you're here.
And I'm here. And then, so when I went to Loyola, I commuted. Like, I lived at home, lived in the burbs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was expensive. I paid for Loyola, like, out of pocket.
Wow. Because
that shit's, grad school, there's not really much. There's no, like,
financial
help.
aid.
Like, they're like, you're choosing to do this. And I wasn't like a GA or anything. So yeah, then lived at home for a little, paid off my loans, and then moved to the city after I, like, paid off my loans. Yeah. I was working at a community college in the burbs. And then now I work at the university I work at now. And I've been living in the city.
Period. And we're thriving.
And thriving. Yeah. That's kind of me. I have a younger sister. I love my parents. I like pink. I like purse. I like purse.
I have purse.
Yeah,
same here. I live in the city. I lived at home during COVID to save a lot of money.
I kind of wish I did that.
yeah, it was quite the experience, but then it made me realize like I literally need to move out.
I know.
Yeah. So
Like when I go to my parents' house now, I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. I should live here. It would not be like that if I lived there.
no.
Because when I visit, my parents are excited to see me.
Yeah.
My mom like makes food.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yay. But if I lived there, it would be like
Not
such
the
a
same.
different story.
Absolutely. So yeah, I moved out like 2 years ago, and I have a younger brother too. He's 24. It's just the two
My
of us.
sister's 25, so they're like similar age.
Yeah, that's our life.
That's more of like who we are. And then I
Yeah.
guess too, so like so I work at a university.
Yeah.
My background, like I said, is in social work. So I have my main job on campus, and then I teach freshmen at the undergrad.
What do you teach?
It's kind of like the intro.
Oh, okay.
Like they're required to take it. So I like that because they come in like I have to take this. Like they're required, and then by the end,
they fall in love.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Some of them still don't really like me. It's funny because in our group chat we were talking about that. Where like, Joey was like, "Do they like really like you?" I was like, "No, I think they think I'm cringy. Like they don't like." I'm old for sure. Like
for them,
yeah. Out of high school, like I'm like 30. They're 18. Like that's a big difference. I feel like even when I first started teaching, even 4 years ago, I was at least like younger. But every year that passes, I'm like, I don't know if they're rocking with me. I have to win them over a little bit. Like I think, and I'm like, you guys, like I'm cool,
right?
Like I'm literally wearing like, I have my cool like Joe Freshgoods shoes on. Look at my cool glasses.
Compared to some of these other professors.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like they're glad I'm not like their other professor, but they're definitely not like she's it.
Yeah,
they're not like that.
That's so funny. Well, I work in advertising. In college, I just studied communication.
In your Mad Men era?
In my Mad Men era. I always knew I wanted to work in the media, though, because my mom worked for Univision. So I always knew that I wanted to do something with media, and advertising allows me to be creative, but then also, like, see the business side of things, finance, numbers, things like that. Yeah, so
I'm so bad at numbers.
I am too. Shout out to Excel.
Shout out to AI.
And calculators and ChatGPT.
You guys, we tried asking ChatGPT what we should put in our Instagram bio for the podcast, and it was really funny.
It said like spicy cheese man.
It said Latina loudmouths.
Latina loudmouths.
We almost went with it because it's on brand.
I think ChatGPT gave us spill the beans.
It did give us spill the beans, which if you look in our bio is there. See,
yeah.
That's funny because we're Mexican, so we're beaners.
Oh, I don't think I've told everyone what I am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm half Puerto Rican and then a quarter Mexican and a quarter Italian.
We're both Italian Mexicans, except her third is Puerto Rican and my third is Irish.
Period.
That's like some of the most like popular like immigrants, I feel like.
Especially in Chicago.
In Chicago. Those are very like, my grandpa went to like St. Ignatius, like
no way.
Yeah, he was like old school Italian. Then my grandma was like super Irish, like by like kind of Skokie though more.
Nice.
Yeah. And then my dad's like just beaner, yeah.
Is your dad from Mexico?
Yeah. Guanajuato.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're like fans
cousins.
We're related. We're gonna do Ancestry.
My brother did it. He's like, we have different DNA. We have the same DNA, dude.
We're a different breed. He's a different breed.
Literally.
What were we just saying? Yeah, so that's who we are. Oh, that's your background. And then we also obviously both do like content creation, like social media. I
feel like that could be its whole episode on its own, like how we got started and like, the things that we've learned from it. I feel like it's definitely changed now that COVID is over and like events are happening all the time and you're constantly around other content creators. That's when I first started.
Like I have never been like how you've been like a social media person. Like I was not like that. Like my Instagram was never like, it was always private.
Oh, okay.
And then when the pandemic happened, I started posting on TikTok, and then that kind of started to take off. And I was like, and I just liked I felt like I was building a good community, and like I talk about like same way with kind of this podcast. You're kind of more like niche. I feel like I don't know what my niche is. I don't really like have
your lifestyle.
Yeah, just lifestyle. I'm glad that that's a niche now.
It is.
It's like when you're like communications as your major.
Yeah,
I'm lifestyle content, aka like
you can post
know what that means.
Everything.
Anything. Yeah, but like I feel like what I will say is my favorite. It like literally brought us here. Even like what I like about it is that it's just like extra. Like I get my health insurance, I get my PTO
401k.
for my 9 to 5. Yeah, life insurance. Like
yes.
that is still super important. I feel like our culture kind of knocks 9 to 5 sometimes, but like girls, security, like retirement. But then we still get to like do fun stuff and like meet people and get paid sometimes and just like do fun stuff.
And we enjoy it.
And it's not a job. I feel like if it was a job, I would start like when my friends are like, post more. I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
Honestly, like when I have deadlines for some content, I get stressed. I'm like, I can't do this as a job.
It comes organically.
Like I want to post whenever
or when
I
they
feel
like tell
it.
you what to post. Like we want this type of video.
Oh my god,
you can't tell me. I literally wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna do this today. Or I'll like have a random thought, or I'll be like crying and I'm like, let me record this.
Let me yap on TikTok.
Let me yap. Let me yap for real. But
we're yappers.
So that's basically why we have this podcast, so we can yap to you guys. But once again, if you made it this far, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bless.
We hope you enjoyed this podcast
learning
episode
more about us.
2, learning a little bit about us. Let us know, like we've said, in the comments, or if you want to send us a DM about what you want us to chat about.
No, like or if you want to write in stories.
I would love that.
Like those TikTok ones where the audio is some crazy story.
Yeah.
And people like write it in. Like if you want us to give you advice.
Yeah.
Because look at how successful we are. Just
okay.
Kidding.
Don't look at our love lives though.
Don't look at our love lives. But if you want advice on that too, yeah, let us know what you guys want, because we'll go there. We'll talk about it.
We'll go anywhere. Like we said, no one is safe. Nothing is safe.
The beans are being spilled.
Every topic is on the table.
Bye.
Bye.